So this talk is going to be on believing, and it's titled "Whose Faith Is It Anyway?" And we're going to take a deep dive look at where faith comes from. But I wanted to start off, as I usually do, with a little story. So a long time ago, there was a remote village which survived without its own electricity and other modern conveniences for many years. But as time went on, modern convenience crept closer and closer to the village. And one day, a mall was built, not more than 3 miles from the village. The people of the village got together, decided that one of the families should go to the mall and see what it was all about. They drew straws, and one family was selected. When they got to the mall, they were amazed at all the lights and escalators and automatic doors and such. The mother took the daughter and headed off in one direction. The father took the son and headed off in another. And they agreed they'd come back and meet here in an hour. When the boy and his father started to head off, the first thing they saw was a set of doors, kept opening and closing, and there was a small room behind them. They watched for a while they saw an elderly woman slowly walked up, pressed a button, got in. Small room doors closed behind her, and then lighted numbers changed, and the doors opened back up, and a beautiful young lady stepped off. And the doors closed behind her. They were shocked. They looked at each other in disbelief, and the boy asked the father, "What kind of machine is that, Daddy?" He scratched his head for a second. He said, "Son, I'm not sure, but hurry up and fetch your mother." Now, the point is that if you don't look further into things, the initial appearance can lead you to some pretty wild conclusions. So, I want to take a little further look into this thing about faith and where faith comes from. I want to also share with you a story happened to me 2 years ago. 2 years ago in April, I was sent out to Los Angeles on business travel. And at the time, I was really scratching my head about why I was being sent out. I was going out to support a proposal. The team that we were, there was the prime on this proposal. We were competing directly with them on another one. I was curious as to why they'd invite me out to their facility. There's all this, while there's multiple things going on, a lot of times you don't want anybody near your competition-sensitive information. Los Angeles is far away. Do I really feel like going out there if they're not going to? Well, sure enough, I got out there and they said, "Well, you can't really work in our facility. We want you to work across the street at your company's facility in Los Angeles, and we'll just work via email." And I said, I could have worked via email. The other side of the country, it actually goes that far. So, at that point, I said, "Father, there must be a reason you've sent me out here to Los Angeles other than to just sit here and do what I was doing when I was back in Pennsylvania." So my aunt had just moved out to that area, and one of the nights I decided, well, I'm just going to go out and visit her at her new place. So as I was heading out, I was praying to the Father. I go, "All right, just show me. Give me a reason why you've sent me for an entire week to someplace, and I'm not actually going to do anything different than I would have done if I stayed home." And as I'm driving, I see this billboard. And the billboard had no advertisements. I mean, it looks like one of those lotto type of things, but there was no, channel whatever, lottery or, California state. There was no advertisement whatsoever. It was a plain white billboard with the words "believe," exactly like that. There were, all the letters were on white balls except for the last one, the E on a red ball. And I knew that was what he was telling me, and I didn't know exactly what the application was other than that was the message. I was supposed to go out there to see that message.